Oh, that was quite nice. Did you see that timing there? That was excellently planned. Okay. Welcome to Comedy Snacks, where I'm your host, Nina Wilder, and don't worry, I will compliment myself throughout this whole show. Welcome to the show. This is going to be half an hour of a variety of comedy bits and snacks for you to munch on, just to keep up some cheer in this lovely time that we're all in quarantine. We've got a whole bunch of lovely entertainers. So you'll be seeing some live entertainment tonight. You'll be seeing some monologues. You'll be seeing a little bit of a film. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So if you are watching this, chances are you're sick of Netflix, in which case, great. Come see some BC awesome local talent, and feel good about the way your coping skills are. So if you're also here, it means you're also sick of playing on your phone, which is, unless of course you're watching the show on your phone, in which case we will take donations for you and get you a computer. You poor son of a. Okay. Nothing for me this week except that I am finding myself a little bit more crazy with this trend that we're happening with TikTok. I don't know if you guys have been on the TikTok, but this is essentially a music video editing social media app. So I checked it out, and I am not the most social media savvy person. I don't know what kind of DNA strand I missed being a millennial, but I checked it out, and this thing is intense. Like, there's all these little these edits you can change, these gizmos. They have this beauty filter that is so intense. It's like Brita for your face. Fantastic. But like, it's so powerful that my walls look fuckable. Like, it's just bizarre. But yeah, it's just another. I look around. It's a lot of the same stuff that you'd find on Instagram, right? There's a lot of influencers, or as I like to call them, fascist role models. But there are some really interesting people. There's a lot of artwork coming out of there. So you see, there's actually a musician from Nanaimo who recently came to popularity, and I thought, oh, cool, he's making music and he's getting his art out there. No, actually, he earned 17,000 followers overnight for cutting a banana with a spoon. So that says a little about why we get popular as artists. You don't want to see art; you just want to see fruit cutting DIYs. So that's good to know. So at Comedy Snacks, you're gonna see a whole bunch of good stuff. But I want you to share it with your friends because we are really good entertainment. So first things first. You're going to see Ray Bowser, Rachel Bowser, full name. She has been performing for such shows as Tinder Tales, Story Lie. She is a storyteller and a car karaoke superstar. So please give it up for Rachel Bowser.
Yay! Awesome. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you today. So my offering today to you is going to be an awkward as fuck Tinder tale. So before I start, I just wanted to share something. A few months ago, I finally decided that I was ready to be in a relationship. And I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, or the universe trying to tell me something, but we are suddenly in a time of social isolation where I now actually have to talk to my Tinder matches and get to know them. So like, ready for a relationship, actually getting to know people, like, is that a happy coincidence or just like, I don't know. I'll leave that one up to you to think. So, so this Tinder story, I downloaded Tinder because once upon a drunken midnight dreary, as I pondered my vibrator, I was not so cheery. And I downloaded Tinder. I made this really cute profile. It had like my best selfies with only the best filters. My bio had all sorts of cute little emojis. I love to travel. I love the outdoors. I was looking for a partner in crime. It was great and it was adorable. I even said that my favorite Disney movie was Lilo and Stitch. And the reason why I did this was because I was lonely and I thought I was ready to be in a relationship. And I no longer wanted to be a third wheel with my friends, Britt and Corey, who are watching tonight. I wanted to have a partner with me so we could be a foursome instead of a very weird threesome, even though I know they love me anyway. But we all know that was all a lie. I wasn't lonely, wasn't ready for a relationship. I didn't want to not be a third wheel. I was just drunk and horny. But as it turns out, I have a weak spot for men who send me good morning texts and men who have beards. So when this dude who was tall, he was bearded, he had tattoos, started like messaging me every morning, sending me good morning, gorgeous text messages, I was sold. So at the time, I'd actually just gotten my first big girl job, working 9 to 5, where I no longer had to work 5 jobs in order just to scrape by. I now had one job and I had time to date. So I was like, cool. He and I decided that we were going to meet up one day after work because I no longer had to run from job to job. Decided to meet at a Starbucks. We went to Starbucks and well, actually, I went to Starbucks, I should say, and I waited and I waited and I waited. And I didn't get stood up. Instead, he showed up 20 minutes late. He was drunk. He smelled like cigarette smoke and he reeked like he bathed in a vat of sweat that had been left out in the summer sun with several heads of cabbages steeping in it. Oh, I mean, never ever plan to meet up with somebody after work if they work in construction. I learned that lesson today. And then from there, it all just went downhill. He stunk. He was a chain smoker. So through the whole 45 minutes, I was breathing through my mouth, trying not to die because I have asthma. And there he was, chain smoking, just one after the other. And I'm sitting there just breathe, breathe, don't die, breathe, don't die. You can go home soon. Finished my drink, said, okay, it's time to go home now. But he decided that he wanted to be a gentleman and escort me home. I didn't want to be rude, so I figured I would just let him ride the SkyTrain with me to my stop, and then that would be it. No, that was not it. We got to the stop, and people were giving us stares, and we got off the train, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll see you later. And he was like, no, I'll walk you to your door. Like, what kind of gentleman would I be? My mother raised me better. And we all know, no, his mother didn't raise him better. He just wanted to get laid. So he was walking me home, and on our walk home, he asked if there was a bathroom nearby. And there wasn't. So he peed on a church. That's right. He not only like, it wasn't like we were next to the church, he crossed the street to get to the church, went behind a bush and peed on it, and then walked back to me like nothing out of the ordinary had happened.
No.
I just like, nothing makes my pussy drier than a popcorn fart in the desert than watching a man cross the street to pee on a church. So like we all knew nothing was happening at that point. So he walked me home. I lied and I went to my neighbor's house. Stopped to say goodbye. And he's like, no, I'll walk you to your door. And I was like, no, it's all good. Have a good night. And he leaned in to kiss me. And like I pulled like the best like duck and roll football move ever. Like if anybody in the world had seen this move, I would have been drafted into the NFL on the spot. And I was gone. I ran into my neighbor's backyard, stood there, peeked around the corner, wait for him to walk away because I didn't want him to know where I lived because like he still might be a murderer. A drunk murderer, a stinky murderer, but he still might be a murderer. Then I climbed the fence and went home, and that was the end of that date. And you know, the part that I was saddest about and I thought was the most rude was the fact that he didn't even ask me if I wanted him to spell my name on the church in his urine. Yeah, that was that.
Rachel Bowser, everybody. I too, like a good bearded man in the morning. Great. So men, take note. Please don't pee on holy ground on dates.
And bathe.
Unless you're going to spell thy lady's name. Okay, so next on our list, we have a stand-up comic. She's been performing all around Vancouver. She was actually just starting to kind of get momentum before obviously the shutdown, so she was performing live all around in a galaxy far, far away. So please give it up for Linda and Ferrugia, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Nina. So
For the past 20 years, I've been doing massage, and it's really hard for the past 6 weeks since I haven't been able to go to work. I mean, I really love it, and I mean, usually, just because I take care of people and I work on their bodies and also inflict pain. Most people think that I enjoy receiving pain because I have so much tattoo work, but it's really weird because I can sit no problem for a 4-hour session, but watch me cry like a baby when I get a paper cut. It's like an invitation for stupid people to come up and say things to me or ask me questions. Like when I was waiting at the Los Angeles airport, this old man came up to me and he's like, "Well, I don't really like your tattoos." I was like, "Well, I don't like your fucking face, Grandpa." Family. And my family has always hated my tattoos. I mean, I was 16 when I started getting them. And I mean, you can't blame me though. I mean, I was the youngest of 4 and raised by strict Catholics. It was pretty much my FU to them for wanting me to believe all those lies. People come up to me and they're like, "Oh, your tattoos must have such a special meaning." And I'm like, "Nah, I just like to mess with anal people." This one Karen type lady came up to me. "You're going to hell." I'm like, "Ugh, with that annoying voice, I'm already there." "Here's my business card. You really need a massage." Massage is my passion. There's just something about being in a dimly lit room alone with a person. They're all relaxed and they're all relaxed and peaceful. And then all of a sudden, I flick on the light. Time to get up. And I know for sure that this is when they pull their neck, and I definitely have a repeat client. Once this man came in and he was face down, and I can see that he was wearing a thong. With his balls all squished to the side, he looked like a strangled poodle balloon animal. I used to get hit on a lot more in my 20s, and men would ask for those happy endings, but not so much as I started to approach my 40s. About 3 months ago, this man came in and he asked if I could relieve some tension. Well, still got it. So my little ones are loving it that I'm off work. By my little ones, did I mention that they're my stuffed animals? Everyone says that dogs are your best companion. I say, hell no, stuffed animals. Because you don't have to feed them, you don't have to clean up after them, and when you take them to the dog park, they don't try to hump anyone. Well, on that note, they're going to be putting on a few of my little ones for a little bit of a puppet skit show that I created with my partner. So I hope you enjoy this. This is Laugh in the Gang.
La la la, I am sheepy. I gotta lay, la la. I am sheepy. I gotta lay, la la.
Hey, Sheepy, how's it going?
Oh, hey Astra. I'm good.
Where's your lay?
Huh? Oh, my lay! Where's my lay? Oh, I'm sad.
Oh, Sheepy, it'll be okay. You know what makes me feel better?
What's that?
Dance!
I cannot dance tragically as I do not have my lay. I don't feel like dancing. Oh, you got that big dance competition coming up on Friday, Sheepy. You're gonna need that light.
Now, Sheepy, I want you to sit back, relax, and describe the lay to me.
Oh, it was beautiful. The last place I had it was at the top of the couch.
Can you tell me about when you first got the lay? How did you get it?
It was at a dance competition in Hawaii.
You can dance?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you show me? Wow, you can really dance. Why, you shake your ass. Come on, shake your ass.
I'm sheepy, I got a lay. I am sheepy, I got a lay. I'm sheepy, ooh, I'm sheepy, oh.
La la la. Yeah.
Isn't it great what you can do in times of isolation? I just love it. I just love it. For those of you at home, try it yourself. If you don't have stuffed animals, grab pots, grab pans, grab your shoes, grab anything, and just make it talk. You will find miraculous therapeutic effect. Thank you so much, Linda. That was so lovely. Okay, I'm gonna speed things along. Up next, we have another local stand-up comedian. She is great. She is on the side of dark humor. Watching her, you get this lovely sense that you're getting a deja vu of Sarah Silverman. So please give it up for Caitlyn Stanley.
Oh wow, those are some big shoes to compare me to. Yeah, like she said, buckle up, bitches, because the shit is about to get dark. So I never won any awards growing up. They just didn't make the ones that I think I could win, like creepiest child, non-murder edition, or longest grudge held, but forgetting the reason why. So fuck you, Sarah Faulkner. Hate ya. Don't know why, but I do. I also don't understand why people think showers are sexy. Like, I got shit I gotta do. I don't want to spend my time worried that I'm gonna fall to my death or try to convince you I don't want your dick in my mouth. Like, just let me do shit. But the other day I did almost fall to my death in the shower. But that's totally what I get for trying to shave my legs and sneeze at the same time. I've also recently decided to give baths a shot. Don't really like them. There's 3 times that I'll actually be willing to have a bath: when I'm super cold or super sick or super high. But every time I just feel like there's an old witch about to come in and check to see if I'm done, because I'm just laying there and stew, just some potatoes bobbing. Yeah. The worst time to do edibles is probably at Christmas, at your parents' house, while you're trying to convince everyone you don't have a drug problem. But I'm used to disappointing people. My mom thought she was going through menopause, but she was pregnant with me. My dad thought you could get a vasectomy in the 80s without getting the checkup. And then he got me. I wanted to be a dentist growing up. Instead, I got a BA in theater, and now you got me. Woo. Is it just me, or do sloths always look like they're about to reveal some sort of secret plan, like world domination? or convince us to drink the Kool-Aid, or, you know, how great of an idea it is to actually murder Sharon Tate. No? Okay, cool. But the animal I think I most closely relate to is a quokka. For those of you who haven't been that bored yet to look up random animals on the internet, they're like dog-sized hamsters from Australia, and they're always smiling because they don't understand people are terrifying. So what they do that's so relatable is when they have a predator or they're in danger, they throw their child towards the danger so they can escape. And it's really just proven to me that I can't have children because the smallest inconvenience, and I'd be like, huh, take that, taxes. I don't get it. Yeah. So I'm kind of slightly obsessed with true crime, in case you missed that. And then I also work multiple customer service jobs. So unfortunately, I often find myself siding with the murderer just because I see so much stupidity. I personally couldn't harm anyone. Like, I get sad when a plant dies or I step on my cat's paw, but I'm going to do the next best thing and just slowly kill myself with alcohol and cigarettes. So look out for that. But I do really feel that every server should be allowed one justifiable murder a year. You just go to the back, pull a lever, restaurant goes into lockdown. Who's gonna die? Is it gonna be the parents of the child that keeps running around my feet while I'm carrying hot food to their fucking table? Is it gonna be the party of 12 that came in without a reservation on a Saturday night? Or is it gonna be the old man who added "and a smile" to his order? Who knows? It's the old man. That's who I'd kill every time. When this is done though, like the quarantine stuff, or if you want to just bring me a coffee at my essential job, I like my coffee like I like my uterus, dark, strong, and nothing in it. So, so I contemplated suicide a couple months ago, sorry, but I didn't do it, obviously, because I was coordinating a wedding. But don't worry, the marriage didn't last. It's all fine. Like a bunch of people here, shit just hasn't been good for the last, I want to say 6 months or so, to the point where I'm contemplating bangs. I actually took a poll on my Instagram to see if people think I should get bangs, and 98% of them told me not to. So clearly I'm going to cut myself some bangs just to prove them wrong. And the great thing about isolation, I don't even have to wear like a baseball cap or a headband, so they never have to see that they were right. I can just be like, oh yeah, no, I never got bangs. Totally fine. IUDs are weird. You know, just this little tiny piece of metal shoved up my cervix, and I'm baby free for 5 years. You can also like not have periods with it, which is ideal and great in theory. If you're like me and someone who overthinks something, not so good, because you'll realize that you haven't rode that crimson wave in a while, and then you start believing that maybe that sex dream was so intense Henry Cavill actually did impregnate you. It's crazy. So I did go to a Catholic elementary school and an arts high school. So as you can tell, absolutely nothing I learned paid off, and it just fills me with so much guilt. Like, here, let me express it to you in the only way I know how, which is interpretive dance. Let me just move this.
This is riveting. I'm half afraid she'll just yell and scream into the camera like one of those jump fear things. Oh, what?
I feel so bad.
Yeah. Are you coming back?
No.
Okay. Caitlyn Stanley, everybody. We worry about her, but she'll be fine. She'll be fine. We're sending her lots of plants. Okay, speeding right along here. Coming up next, I'm very excited to introduce Natasha Richards, who is an all things performing artist. She is an actor, she is a comedian. She's very entertaining, both live and on live stream. So she's going to perform a monologue for us from the 1997 movie In and Out by Paul Rudnick. So if you don't know anything about that, it's about a lovely woman named Emily who is on her wedding day just been told by her husband-to-be that he is gay. Okay, please take it away, Natasha.
I lost 75 pounds. I lost 75 pounds. You say you're sorry? You're sorry. You're sorry? After I wait for you? No, not just 3 years, my entire life. After I planned my future around our wedding, after I based my entire concept of self-esteem on the fact that you're willing to marry me and you're sorry? Thank God my parents are dead. This would have killed him. Are you really gay? Is there, another time you might have told me this? I'm wearing a wedding dress that you picked out. I highlighted my hair because you said I needed shimmer. I loved you and I believed you and pretended not to notice the Streisand thing. I thought you were just creative and I thought you were just smarter than me and more sensitive and more interesting. I thought you can change my life and show me the whole world and teach me about art and life and magic. And I thought you could make me feel like a beautiful woman instead of the girl nobody liked.
Fantastic.
And scene.
Thank you, Natasha. So for those of you who don't know this fantastic film, it was actually starring Kevin Kline, who looks absolutely dashing, don't you think? Like, that is a guy that definitely looks gay. Okay. Yeah. We're going to close the show with another fabulous performance. This one is her name is Jalen Sipe. She has been performing for the Vancouver Sports League Improv Theater for ages. She's an actress. She's also, as of recent, channeled all her creative talents to doing isolation songs, and by request, by the way. So stop listening to your radio, send Jalen a song, and she'll perform it for you. Please give it up for Jalen Sipe, everybody.
Well, hey there. I don't know who in the Tom Hank you're talking about because I decided to take over tonight. My name is Deborah, and I am so excited to be trying this computer thing out. So I've joined you from my home with my cat, Chloe. That's her. And I'm here too with my glasses on, and I'm going to talk to you about how to survive isolation by yourself because I am a certified camp counselor and have been for many, many years. All right. So let's get started. First of all, you don't need to call me Deborah because I go by my camp name of Pickles. It's preferred. And I have a funny anecdote about how that came to be. Here's how that came to be. We were at camp, and the campers often like to call the counselors by a different name because it's funnier than their regular names. So the counselors all get together before the kids come, don't you know, because training and first aid and such. And so everybody's supposed to give each other a name, and they got to me, and everyone was just right out of ideas. They were just not a one had an idea for how to name me. So then they just looked at the picnic table, and the first thing they saw was a jar of pickles, and I think it's perfect. So anyways, I guess the cat had got their tongues, you know, that whole thing. But now I have that name, and I'm going to take it to my grave, hopefully later than sooner, because I'm not ready to die. Anyways, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is just keeping a positive attitude through this whole thing. I just hope that everyone's feeling good about their lives right now, and how they're feeling. And I decided to reach out to some of my campers because it's been a long time since I talked to them. And I said, hey, listen there, you kiddos on social medias, why don't you send me questions through the interwebs, and I'll answer a few. And I'm going to right now. I'm going to answer them right now, and I have not looked at them yet, so I hope that they are not terrible, because I might have terrible friends. I mean campers. Okay, here we go. What do they say? Well, what part of Vancouver do you resonate most with? Pitt Meadows. Pitt Meadows, because it's dark and deep. So that's fine. Have I ever used pop rocks during sex? Oh, well, considering the fact that I have chosen abstinence as my method of relational relations, actually by the request of anyone I was romantically involved with, no, I have not. Thank you for asking. Which reality TV show do I think I could win? Too Hot to Handle. That's a show now. If you haven't watched it, it's people with bodies that they don't quit. And it's on Netflix. But if you only get Disney Plus, you can also watch The Mandalorian. If life gave me lemons, would I make a tart or a refreshing beverage? Both, because my throat gets dry. And I'd like to eat that tart, and then I'd need a sip. So during quarantine, should one grow out their lady stash and beard, asking for a friend? Well, listen, I have not shaved my legs or underarm hairs in many moons, so I say, why don't you just let it grow and see how it feels? It feels like I have salt in mine. Do I fart with pride or like a coward? Well, hell, I mean, heck. When I fart, I let the world know that I had a dang good supper. If I could perform music with any celebrity, living or dead, who would it be and what song would I sing? Well, that is a very pointed question. I guess I would probably choose something by the artist known as James Taylor, and it would be Fire and Rain, because first of all, I've made many fires in my day, and second, it rains in Pitt Meadows. Did I say Pitt Meadows or Port Moody? Either way, that's what I do. You know what? What the hell? I've gone over time, I think, because we're a bit late here. Listen, I hope you all stay alive. And mostly I hope I stay alive, because I'm, like I said, not ready to die. But if I do, remember to put pickles on my grave.
Thank you so much, Deborah. All right, well, that was your show this tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had some delicious snacks nearby. We'll see you next week at 8:30. Have a great week, everybody.